All right. Ooh, we might need it a little higher.
Back up.
All right, you'll be able to see both of us, right? Oh, Emily, hello.
Very cool.
Hello, hello. Thank you. Everyone's joining the party. Yeah. Oh, you guys are... Is that vodka? Water. But he does have this.
Really?
Venom something. So, how is it going? Let me turn my phone off. Are the hearts for the husband? Your husband doesn't want you to invest?
Didn't. Is
Oh.
she in now?
Oh, you're going to be new. That's awesome. Okay. So, we are doing a Q&A. You need to get closer to me so they can see you.
No, they can see.
Let's get closer. You really want to? All right. Oh, Mom on the Cheap. Hello. Okay, so we are going to kind of go through a couple of things, and we'll try and answer the questions. If your husbands don't want to get on board, they should watch this, because my husband's right here. So, and he was on the fence a little bit, but chose to be supportive, and now he is fully supportive, and so it's awesome. All right, so we're going to get started. Normal. Go ahead. Oh, he is wearing a Patrick. Looks good, huh? It's a medium. He's 6'1" and totally chiseled.
Wow. She's biased. So yeah, we'll get back to that question that you. Hi. Yes, she is amazing.
Oh.
I will get back to that question here in a little bit with how LuLaRoe has helped Jill and our family out. But we just wanted to give a quick overview for those of you who are thinking of joining. It's obviously LuLaRoe is a clothing company, and so if you decide that you want to sell the product, there is a pretty simple way to go about doing that. Very simple. LuLaRoe basically is the provider of product, and as a consultant, you can buy it wholesale and you sell it retail. It's a very profitable business to be in. You can make full-time money working part-time. I think that's the benefit, and that's the draw that most people have, is to basically look at the time invested and then see what you're getting out of it, like any job. So if you're working on an hourly job, you're looking at, hey, I'm going to give my 8 or 10 hours today, and I'm making $10 to $15 to $20 to $50 an hour. What am I getting out of that? And so this is definitely a great option for that. So obviously
That's awesome.
obviously the benefit is that it allows people to work from home. They are still working out of the home because you're gonna have to go do those in-home parties and things like that on a limited basis. But you do have the opportunity that the majority of your time working your business you can do actually from here at your house. The way that it's been successful for us is Jill has been able to do those in-home parties. And
You guys are really funny. We're going to keep trying to talk, but you guys are funny.
and so the best way for that Jill has found is to so the initial investment is about $4,000 to $6,000. So basically you're having to buy inventory, and the reason why they've set that initial investment at that level is to basically weed out the casual consumer, the person who says, I really love these clothes and I just want to buy them wholesale, so rather than selling them retail or buying them retail, I'll just become a consultant, and then I'll buy my $100 to $200 a month, and then that I get the wholesale price on them. And that is exactly what they've tried to do to eliminate that from most people, so that they don't just take advantage of the system. So there is the reason why that $4,000 to $6,000 investment is to weed out the other people. As far as sales, I'm trying to think. Jill's been doing this since about October.
End of October.
End of October. So here we are in the middle of March. And so,
Oh, that's a really good question, actually.
so we'll get back to that in 1 second.
I'll write it down.
So Jill's been doing it since the end of October till now. And now I would say her average month is probably about 600 pieces maybe. 12, 13,000.
Let's see, what is it? It is March 16th, and I was gone on the cruise for 8 days, and I think I've sold.
We're looking for a month, like, if you can.
Oh, I know.
Like that. I'd say
like
a typical month is about $8,000 to $12,000 in retail sales, and so that's for Jill and her online and in-home parties. And so the profit margins are pretty basic. It's basically about 50%. So buying something for $10 to $11, selling it for $22 to $25. And then obviously you have your expenses that come out of that. So your gross profit margin for the spreadsheet users gross margin is around about 50% on that. We had another, how do most people finance the initial? They raid their savings account, they borrow it from mom, they max out, they do the credit card transfer trick, swipe the Visa. Yeah.
Tax returns.
Yeah, 0% credit card balance
0%.
transfer is a great way to do it. Take your tax.
They borrow and steal, PayPal.
Yep.
There's really lots of options. Tax returns are really perfect
Yeah.
to do it. So they work their butt off. Lots of people, like, if they don't have those options, they kind of go through their house and have big garage sales, borrowing from your parents or rich siblings.
Yep. As far as the amount of time that you invest, like any business that you own, you're owning a small business, the amount of time that you work is going to be the amount of time that you get back out of it. So Jill has some really busy months, some really busy weeks, and she'll probably work 40, 50 hours. Other weeks she might work 10. An LLC is a great way to protect your initial yourself, and that's recommended, highly recommended. How many pieces does we keep in inventory? Probably the ideal number is probably around 1,000.
You start with about for the initial investment, it's usually around 350 to 450 pieces, and so that's what you start with. We recommend growing that as quickly as possible because the more clothes you have, the more options you have for all different kinds of people. So I have to say that I think that right now I'm probably around 1,200 pieces, maybe 1,300 with the ones I'm getting the rest of this week, and it's totally worth it. And so we see all of your questions. We're just going to try to kind of follow our little plan.
And we'll tackle those. So a couple questions people had about the LLC is that yes, you should have an LLC. It protects you from a tax structure. You get it's really simple to set up. You can jump online, go see your local accountant. There's a bunch of different options. It's not expensive. Might cost you a couple $100 depending on what state you're in. And you can get the benefits of being protected. There are no monthly fees to be a consultant. There's no benefit for bringing another consultant on. It's not like the juice company or whatever, where if somebody else wants to be a consultant, then you get $200 for that person joining. So
you can get an LLC after you onboarded.
Yep.
But and it really matters. That's kind of when you talk to your accountant about what you're going to do. We can't really give that kind of advice because we don't know. We're not accountants. But that's how it is.
I don't think there's been that much saturation. I would not consider. You got to think about there's 330 million people in the U.S. That means 175 million of them are females. I don't think that the market's saturated. There's 10,000 people trying to sell the product. That's a lot of customers per product.
And honestly, when it comes to saturation, I've noticed that my sales have gone up the more people that have found out about LuLaRoe because they realize how unique the pieces are and they want to check out everything that they can. So there's enough Lula love to go around.
So, and there's not a minimum amount that you need to sell each month. It's 100% up to you. I guess if you go 3 months without ordering, you're probably going to get a phone call and say, "Are you still doing this?"
You actually, I don't know if you knew this, but after 3 months, then they kind of put your account on hold because you haven't ordered. So you do have to order at least the 33 pieces once in the 3-month period.
Yeah.
So at least once in the 3-month period. Oh,
Right.
hold on, we're losing our.
So it's not 33 pieces a month, it's 33 pieces per 3 months.
Yeah,
And if you're not selling that, then you probably need to ask yourself, like, why am I keeping $5,000 to $10,000 worth of clothes in my living room or in my kid's bedroom or wherever you're,
Yeah, I sold 50 last night at a pop-up. It's
not that hard.
It's not.
I wouldn't worry about that. Somebody else had a question we didn't quite answer. So you want to maybe repost that real quick? Yeah, ordering weekly or more often. In the past few weeks, Jill has ordered a couple times a week. I think if you put your ordering on a schedule where you can do it on a fairly regular basis, you get more product in that you can definitely have a constant fresh inventory, and then that people are more apt to purchase.
Yeah.
Somebody asked how long it takes from the time you order to the time you get your packages. 3 days. We're in Montana.
Yeah.
So
if you live in California, you usually get it the next day. So.
So they all ship. They ship from Southern California. So look at the map, figure out where you're at. Figure a day or two in California, 4 to 5 on the East Coast is about average.
So Paul kind of wanted to talk about how a lot of people think, and a lot of husbands had this question.
Yeah. So a couple of things. I don't think you need an assistant. You need a good helper.
Or a good husband.
Or a good husband. I can't give you any tax advice. So I guess what was the question you wanted me to answer real quick?
You know what? A lot of husbands are like, oh, he actually said that too. Oh, it's a pyramid scheme is what it is, Jill. So he had a really good explanation to explain that.
The biggest distinction between your typical direct sales marketing company or a pyramid scheme or whatever it may be is that you get benefits from somebody else joining. So money from the bottom has to flow up in order for the company to continue. And it's a very basic business model in that fact that you buy wholesale, you sell retail, there's no benefit for bringing somebody else on board. If you want to join it as a consultant and you're joining on Jill's team, Jill doesn't get a benefit for you joining as a consultant. The benefits that are available... Oh, we're having iPad issues.
Sorry.
Just quit pushing it around.
He's telling me to quit pushing it around.
Yep. So yes. So the benefits happen when basically other people who are in your team or on your team order and sell clothes. So you're getting paid to help manage those people. When you do order, is it by the piece size and number you want?
He's super chatty tonight. I love it. So you need to order a minimum of 33 items a month, or items each time that you order. And after your initial order, you can pick any size and style that you want, and you don't have to do it in the big lumps. So you can order a small maxi and a extra large perfect and things like that. So it makes it a lot easier.
Somebody asked about time balance. How do you manage your
Oh.
time? Not very well.
He does love me, but he knows me. I'm going to call a house cleaner tomorrow. Actually, I texted one today. I just haven't heard back. So I think that I have everyone's life looks a little bit different. We have 7 kids, and they're all in school. And so 8 o'clock in the morning, I'm kind of free until about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And so that's kind of my time. It's night times are a little trickier, but our kids are older, so it makes it easier. So with the time balance, everyone just has to figure out their schedule, and it's different for everybody. And I also think you have to figure out what you want. I have some people on my team that want their husbands to quit their jobs and want to be able to, quit their full-time jobs themselves. And so, kind of matters what your goals are for the whole work-life balance. But we're going to do a lot of training on that. since I need to learn more about it with my team, and he's a lot better at that than I am.
So a couple questions I just saw come up. I'll go over real quick. So tracking inventory, as much effort as you want to put into it gives you a lot better information for that. So if you want to put a lot of information into tracking your inventory, you're going to know exactly how much you have. That's fine. Jill does that a little bit sometimes, but mainly it's more piece count, and she looks at the sizes that she has. It's more important to track your inventory as you're building your inventory than it is once your inventory is established. As far as somebody else asked, what if you want to work less hours? Then just work less hours, book less parties. Say, I'm only going to do parties on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and that's it. Or I'm only going to do a party on Saturday. So if you want to work less hours, just work less hours, sell less. Established 800 to 1,000 pieces is probably helpful.
So when you, how many pieces? It kind of matters what you carry, of course, and the sizes that are more popular. But I say 8 to 10 in your most popular sizes, at least. And that is kind of a bare minimum, I think, to get it to have. That's your sweet spot.
Somebody else asked, have we seen anybody fail? Have you had anybody on your team just say, I can't do it, it's not working out? I don't think we've had that personal experience, but
there's
always going to be quitters.
There's
And the world's full of slackers, right?
That out loud.
Yeah.
So when it comes to failing, there are people that have stopped selling LuLaRoe. Are you laughing at us, Anna? Not quitters, just maybe it's not for them.
Or they quit.
And what does hubby do? He just sits by me all day looking hot.
I just hang out. So as far as credit cards that pop-ups, through there's software that the corporation provides that you can process credit cards at the
It's hard to answer
store.
when there's so many
I know,
things
there's
coming,
too many
right?
things. We need put a piece of paper right here so we don't have to read and talk at the same time.
I know.
Average sales. We kind of talked about that a little bit. Average sales, 8 to 12,000 a month right now. As far as when you're first starting out, the first couple months, Jill did 300 items, 200 items. So the first couple months the first month he did 400, and then the second month, 500. And then
I had a cruise qualify, right?
Yeah. Retail sales or profit. So when we say 400 to 500, we're talking about pieces, and the average sales price is about $25 per unit. If you don't have a downline, is it possible to make a living? Yes, 100%. You don't need people to work on your team. If you just want to sell clothes and go make money, you can make a ton of money. I've looked at how much money Jill is making versus clothes, and how much money she's making versus kind of her management fees that she's earning off of other people on her team. And 95% of the money that Jill makes is off of clothing sales. It's not management bonuses and things like that.
Yeah. I think
somebody.
Sorry, go ahead.
Okay, so there's a processing fee that they charge. Yeah, 3.5%, 15 cents. Yeah, that's on the item itself. They don't charge do they charge a processing fee on tax and shipping? I think it's all included.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. It's such a small percentage. The margin's 50%, and you're looking at 3 to 4% in processing fees. It's minimal. It's
so a couple of you guys are asking about how much. We're not going to make those broad statements here on on Periscope.
Yeah.
Have a good answer for that one?
No, I'm not in finance, but I'm a numbers geek. I'm an engineer. So, if some people are saying it might be pixelated or frozen, what we found is it's not the iPad that we're using, or it's not our internet connection. It's usually on your end. So walk closer to your wireless router with whatever device you're using, and you'll get better service.
It's not our fault; it's yours.
Basically, yeah.
Really quick, I wanted Paul to talk about his change of heart, because I think that change of heart, and lots of hearts come up. Because in the beginning, when I told him I wanted to do it, yes, that is possible, Jessabella. We've met those people.
Not very likely. Just keep realistic expectations.
I don't think so.
To profit $400,000 a year, you
no
yeah,
deadline.
yeah, you better be a rock star. So If you can make $400,000 a year doing this, you know something that I think a lot of people don't know. Can you make $100K a year? Sure, you can. It's up to you though. What's realistic? How much time do you want to spend? How much effort do you want to put into it? Work as much as you want or as much as you're able to, and you're going to be able to meet your goals of whatever they are. But that's 100% up to you. It's just kind of decides how much money you want to, or how much time you want to put go into it. Does Audrey keep track of your sales? You want to explain that one?
Audrey keeps track of your sales, yes, and then when you have credit card sales, then it obviously gets paid into your checking account, and so
we don't use QuickBooks.
Nope.
Audrey keeps track of it, and you can export it to a spreadsheet, give it to your accountant take care of it. Audrey replaces Square. You don't need to use Square or Amazon Pay or any of those, or PayPal. It's this one extra piece of the puzzle that you are trying to add into your system. Just use Audrey. Somebody had a question about, do you pay a quarter in taxes? Every state's going to be different for your personal income tax. Get a good accountant. You don't have to pay 40% in taxes. In-home pop-ups, yes, she uses Audrey.
And it's
required. Hire an accountant. Pay somebody to keep track of your money.
It's required to use Audrey, and it's awesome because it's going to get to the point that it just makes ordering easier, and everything is all going to be in this neat little box with Audrey so that our life is easier. I do Periscope sales. I've done a couple of fundraisers, in-home pop-ups, open houses at my home, and then Facebook sales. And so I've done them all, and all of them have good and bad about them. So you gotta, find what your sweet spot is and what works for you. I have people that do strictly on my team that do strictly sales on Facebook, and then people that do only Periscope. I mean, there's so many different things. So
somebody asked about how do you find somebody to host a party. I think Jill's done a really good job of basically, as she connects at one party, she makes that party move to the next one. So basically, if she meets a party and there's 10 or 12 people that are buying something from that party, that means 10 or 12 people at that party love your product and like it, and they probably want to get some clothes for free. So talk to those people and go forward from there. No, we didn't always have a room dedicated to the inventory. We still
don't. We have 7 kids.
It's all in the front room right now. It's ridiculous, but whatever.
I wanted to have Paul talk about really quick, because when I first told him about it, I thought about it for a few weeks because I didn't think he would be on board. And so
yes, Audrey keeps track of sales tax. You don't have to worry about that. That's the other benefit of using Audrey. You don't have to deal with any of the sales tax. It's all collected by them and then paid by them, and you never have to file that sales tax form.
Okay, hold on the questions, because I keep losing my train of thought, people.
Jill will write questions while I talk about this.
Oh, okay. Sounds good. So,
what am I talking about?
Just how he wasn't on board, and he's like, I guess you can sell. I'm okay if you do that, but I don't want you to.
I'll tell my version. So Jill said, obviously, I want to steal $6,000 and go buy a bunch of clothes, and I wasn't super excited or supportive about that idea. And then what we basically, so I was supportive of her, maybe not as supportive of the idea, and I said, I will back you financially. Let me know how it works out. So worst case scenario.
That doesn't sound like we're on a team when you
worst
say it
case
that
scenario,
way.
we end up with a bunch of clothes. So
he did say that in the beginning. He said, "It seems like you and the girls are just going to have new clothes every day," which we do.
They do. They have new clothes. But obviously, as Jill worked really hard at the business, then write those questions down so I don't have to look at them.
Yeah.
So Jill worked really hard at the business. She became more and more successful, and now it pays for itself. Yeah, it's good. I'm supportive. I help her out.
He's sitting right next to me, right?
Yeah, I'm more than willing to help people out, help people understand how it works out a little bit better, support her financially.
Randy, have him watch this and then message me.
Yep.
Paul will totally
send Jill a message and we can talk privately about that, and we'll get you get you helped out.
I'm the fun cheerleader. He's the logical, facts, not emotional guy.
How many people do you have in your downline? I don't know. It doesn't really matter. She has a team of 10 to 12 people, and it's good. It's helpful.
Oh, yay, Amy, that's awesome.
What were some of the other questions?
Just that when you give away the hostess benefits, I think that everybody answered all of the benefits with the comments, though. And I think, get him in the queue now. Yeah, definitely. So, yeah, Paul talked to a husband of my team, somebody in my team for an hour yesterday, so he'll
Yep.
totally talk. And the thing is, once he understood and saw the vision of LuLaRoe and he met the owners of the company, he's like, hey, this is real and the money is real and we can really make a lot of money doing this. And like we've seen that. We've seen my team grow and we've seen my sales like progressively for the last 5 months just get bigger and bigger and bigger. My initial investment, I had different goals. I wanted to pay it back. Well, I actually didn't want to pay it back. I wanted to just get a bigger inventory. And so I
would say within 60 days, she had her initial investment paid back.
Yeah, probably. Kat, Liz, yeah, have your husband give us
Message
a call.
Jill. Get it. We'll talk to you on the phone. See if it's something that's for you. It's not for everybody. Some people aren't willing to work hard, and they won't be successful.
Or it's not their gig.
Either way, but
if you could go out in the beginning, I say for sure 800.
Yep, if that's in your budget.
And you know what? You have to make money. To make money, you have to spend money. Like that's everybody knows that. If you look at all the direct sales companies out there that are $100 to sign in, just like Paul talked about in the beginning, there's not like that big fear or that big thought, oh my gosh, I have to pay back this initial investment because you're like, it was $100, so you don't really put yourself into it. And me, I am super, super prideful and a little bit stubborn. And I was like, I'm going to prove everyone wrong that I can do this. I can rock it. And you know what? I did. and it's just gotten, thanks. Okay, I'm a lot stubborn. You think some people are thinking it's easier than it really is? You know what? It's work. It's still work. You know, if you want a hobby and you spend $6,000 to have a hobby, you're going to make hobby money and you're going to not pay it off for a long time. If it's a business, you're going to have cute clothes and you're going to have fun. And you'll make money.
Is it a shame? That's a really good question. Is it a shame to ask for help for people outside of your team? Kinda. You should have a good team. And if you don't have a good team, you should build a good team.
If you signed up with, if you picked a sponsor and it's not a good fit for you, that doesn't mean that you can't have a good team. You're just going to have to be the one to build it. I'm really fortunate that I have major like rock stars above me. My Lula grandma and grandmas and all of those above me. And they're amazing. And they have a really good support system and answering system to answer questions. But if you don't have a good sponsor or a good team, then make it a good team.
Yeah. As far as, is it hard work? I think is it harder to do the business or to find the people for you? Or find the parties and stuff like that?
Ask again, I'm sorry.
The question was basically, is it harder to just run the day-to-day business, or is it hard to actually find the parties and book the parties and things like that?
I think that running the business is a little bit harder for me. Booking parties is super easy. And
it depends on your personality. If you're like Jill, you make friends with the cashier at Walmart on your way out, and you know how many grandkids they have.
You do.
But if you're me, then I'm good with numbers, and I don't sell skirts, so I don't really care about that part.
And you know what? The more people that are signing on to be consultants, the more people find out about LuLaRoe. It's just making it so it's easier. So it really, it's getting easier and easier for people to find out who you are, for you to be able to market yourself and make it work. You know what? LuLaRoe is a very generous company. Somebody asked if we give away freebies, and Gianna question. And I do. I give away a ton because LuLaRoe is a really generous company, and I think the most important part is to be generous and to bless other people's lives. And that's what it's all about. It's not about skirts. It's about helping people and being kind and serving and doing those things. Does that make sense, or am I kind of ADD talking a little bit?
Somebody asked, how do you know if you found the right sponsor? And I would say the easiest way is to look at the...
Brandy says you just know. Brandy's on my team.
Okay, yeah. So the easiest way to kind of find if you've got a right sponsor is, do you connect with that person on just the basic levels of how how is it going, and are you able to communicate with that person well? And the other thing is, what are they doing to build your business? How is that sponsor going to help you build your business? Are they just calling you once a week and saying, how's it going? We'll try harder. Or are they doing things like this where they're helping you build your team, doing different things? So if you haven't joined or you're still in the queue and you are concerned about your sponsor, get on the phone with your sponsor and see if you have the right person. If you don't have the right person, then find the right person and join a team that's going to help you make money. You're not doing this for fun, you're doing this for money. So find a person that's going to help you be successful.
And Jana, Emily is my grandma, my LuLaRoe grandma, and she's amazing. And she's, another person on our team. And so they're great. Good. I'm glad we were helpful. Even if you're already signed under them, as of this point...
You can change your sponsor if you're in the queue. Once you're signed into the company and you're actually a consultant, you can't change. No, that's incorrect. You can change if you're in the queue. People do.
So, but just make sure you find the right fit, and that's really important. Elizabeth, you asked about finding out about consultants in your area. There is a map on the LuLaRoe website that you can put your area in, and then it will tell you how many people are in your area.
And that's not really relevant, though.
It's not that it's not relevant, but people think that the market's going to be flooded and saturated. And I was the first person in my area, and so the first 2 or 3 months were a little bit slower for me because nobody had heard of LuLaRoe, and they came over and they'd be like, "Oh my gosh, you have a store, like Target is in your living room," because they didn't realize what it was. And I had people at those first parties saying, "Okay, I like this one. Can I order this one?" And so it took a while for people to get the vision and realize that, oh, I can buy this today and take it today, and I have a new outfit tomorrow. And so it doesn't really matter. But now all the people in Kalispell, they're on my team. So it's great.
LuLaRoe is in Canada, but they only have one person that's authorized to sell there. It's complicated. Try to contact that person if you're in Canada.
It might be an issue in your neighborhood because of a HOA or...
yeah.
I don't know, Elizabeth. I know that we've talked before. Send me a message and we can chat some more about it.
So there's a couple other questions. Is it important to have a local sponsor? I don't think so. Jill's sponsor isn't local to her, and she has a bunch of people on her team that are not local, and they're super, super helpful to her. I think it's more important to have a sponsor that you can connect with on just a basic conversation level, and that are there to help you out and support you and train you. That's what they're getting paid for. They're getting paid a small percentage based on your sales, and if they're not willing to support you for the percentage that they're making, then you need to pick a different sponsor or find somebody that you think is going to be a better fit.
I think the two things to think about when picking a sponsor is, first, do you guys get along? Do you connect? Do you feel like you can have conversations with that person, not just about LuLaRoe? But also, how do you like their business? Do you like how they run their business? Is that, I have 7 kids and a crazy life, and that's okay. And it doesn't matter. Hello, Chelsea.
You can ship to Canada. Just make sure you're paying the duties and taxes and everything. But if you just if you're a LuLaRoe consultant, you should definitely talk to your team to get support on those ideas.
The queue is really long. If it is something that you're interested in, because the queue is so long, it's definitely something you want to get your paperwork turned in now. It's probably about, I don't know how excuse me, how long out it is, but you don't need the initial inventory. Oh my gosh, you guys know what happens at 9 o'clock. I start talking like a crazy woman. What happens then is that you don't have to pay. Can you finish my sentence for me?
I don't know what she's saying. What's the next question? Those are all English words, but none of them made sense.
You do not have to pay your initial investment until your onboarding phone call. So if you turn in your paperwork now, thank you, Shannon. Holy Hannah.
Switching sponsor won't hold up your spot. Don't switch sponsor if you think you have a good sponsor.
Yeah.
We would encourage you to make sure that you are connected with the right person. Don't switch. We're not trying to get anybody else's team members. That's not the point.
No,
if you're connected with somebody who's great, stick with that person and rock it out.
And there are so many great people in LuLaRoe, tons of great sponsors and people that are wanting to do it. Like, if you don't find somebody, I've had people say, and I've said to people, if I don't work for you, let me think of somebody that I think will, and I will totally send you to somebody that I think
Yep.
is going to work for you.
If your sponsor's not working for you, talk to them. And if you don't find you can make it work, message Jill and she'll talk to you.
Yay, you just onboarded. That's awesome.
Somebody asked the question, how much money does Jill reinvest in inventory on a monthly basis or something like that? And yes, Jill is taking on directs right now. So if you want to talk to her, just message her on Facebook. And right now, Jill's just maintaining an inventory of 1,000 to 1,100 pieces, maybe 1,300. Okay, maybe we are reinvesting a little bit more.
See, they just came out with a new shirt for little kids, and then the man's shirt. So I just thought we should try it, or like 50 of them.
Money just grows on trees at our house. We just throw it away.
The more kids you have, the more money you have. We have 7 kids. Amazing. We're loaded.
Depends on your state.
Elizabeth. Oh.
That's what. Sorry, Lindsay78 is asking about how much you keep out for taxes. Call an accountant. It's like the best $250 you could ever spend. Call an accountant. Sit down with them, and say, "This is the business I'm doing." Spend an hour with them. Figure it out, and you'll be set.
In Montana, we don't even have sales tax, so it's just totally different. How long the market will last for this? Well, I don't know. How long are we going to wear clothes? I bought a shirt at Target today, so it's awesome.
Yeah.
Elizabeth, you had a question about the queue. What the queue is once you turn in all of your paperwork, it's called onboarding, and onboarding is when you get signed on to become a consultant, because they want to make sure that when they get everybody onboarded that they have enough inventory and that everyone's getting trained properly, which is great. They're not just, I want to grow and get big and make more money. They want to make sure that they're growing at the right speed so that everybody can have success in their business.
Jill has a Facebook page, LuLaRoe Jill Clark. Just find her there. That's the easiest way to find her. If you owe credit card, do they take it out of your income and pay it off as you go?
Oh, you mean, if you owe from the initial order still. Is that what you're saying?
LuLaRoe does not finance your initial order, nor are they any sort of credit card. So you're going to have to pay for your own order, and then just work out your own finances. They
used to do that. So if some of you guys are I've had some people ask me questions, but they do not do that anymore. But
oh yeah. Any ideas how to raise startup costs? Beg, borrow, steal, credit card, 401k.
Don't steal, okay?
Steal from your family.
No, don't. Yeah. So, anyway,
just stick with packages when onboarding.
It's faster if you stick with the packages that they have. They do recommend that you do that. You can still customize orders, but they really do recommend that you do that. It just keeps everything moving faster, and honestly, everything sells. Everything sells. Jana, send it in sooner.
Yes, Jana, message Jill, and she will help you.
No, message Emily, your cousin. She's my grandma.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, there's a list. Say, Emily, give me some money. Jill said that we could borrow from you.
She borrowed it all already. It's gone.
Tell Emily I said that. Did you have any more?
Questions.
Okay, go. Questions. How did he get so handsome and so lucky to marry me?
Lucky, yes. First part, just leave it alone. Can you live off of this? I don't know. How much does it cost you to live? It's tough. I think you can. I think you could support a family on it. A lot of people do.
Yep. And somebody asked a question about, ask it again, I'm so sorry. How long did it take off your initial order, and what would you say is average? Let's just say that in 6 months, I started at the end of October, so 5 months, I paid off my initial investment, and I got 350 items in the beginning, and now I have 1,300. And I've still made profit.
And if you're a LuLaRoe consultant and you've got some questions that aren't really being answered or whatever, don't forget to first check with your team. And if your team can't help you, then check with Jill. How did you decide on the form to use or Periscope? Check out. Oh, Form Site is basically just an information gathering website that Jill uses. It works great.
Yeah, I would
How would
definitely.
you maintain interest in a Facebook page while still being a month out from onboarding? It's tough
Pictures.
pictures, stuff like that, but it's tough if you don't have product to sell.
Somebody asked if you are a little bit out from having the money, still sign up to be in the queue. We're 4 to 6 weeks out at least, and so you want to make sure that you get in there. Oh,
So
yeah.
2 different questions. Do you
Okay.
have anything from the initial purchase that you haven't sold yet? And what
Totally.
do you do with items that don't sell? Everything sells eventually.
Yep.
Don't worry about it. And if it doesn't sell for a period of time and you never think it's going to sell, send it back. They'll charge you a 15% restocking fee. Is
And
that right?
$1 additional, but honestly,
Just keep it.
give it away.
Just discount it. Give it to somebody that needs something that it's their size. And
They're having a hard day,
Yeah.
you know, like give back. And the thing is, yeah, use it as a giveaway. I mean, I do free leggings all the time, and I'm like, I'll pick one, and I'll just pick one.
yeah.
So
If you have something that doesn't sell and you're spending the time, effort, and money to send it back and get restocking and everything else on it, then you should just give it away. She swaps with people on her team all the time.
And I'm
It's great.
actually moving to Northern California, and there are people that are not on my team, and there's no one immediately in the area we're moving that's on my team. And all the other consultants are like, here's my number, here's my card, we'll swap. The LuLaRoe culture is amazing in the fact that everybody just tries to help everybody out. It's not just a specific, oh, you're not on my team, I'm not going to help.
6 months.
6 months.
How do you account for freebies?
The Northern California, yay!
I mean, from a financial side, it just comes in as your cost and expense.
Oh, I think what she means is when you give them away. A lot of people put them in as a penny.
Yeah, you can
So-
invoice it as a penny. Can you try to sell down your inventory? No, there's no reason to really sell down the inventory.
Yeah.
The inventory sells every week,
Yeah.
so there's no point in trying to
I was
sell
going
down a
to,
bunch.
but-
Sell down a bunch. It doesn't take up that much room once you fold it.
And we have
And
7
put it
kids.
away.
It's
Yeah,
not
it's
like,
fine.
you know, we don't have a lot of stuff anyway, so it's a little bit more. Yay, LuLaRoe Tribe. I don't know who you are. Maybe we met.
Yeah,
But
vacuum pack it. Get the shot back out.
any more? Oh, good. Well, I'm excited. You're Katie. Okay, I'm excited that you guys are in
Tips
California.
about must-have for your pop-up displays. Lots of clothes.
You know what? I am not super cutesy or crafty. That's just not something I'm good at. Mine isn't cute, my displays. I did a Periscope on it yesterday. On my YouTube channel, I think I have what my pop-ups look like. So, you know, everybody's different. I know that there's people that do so many cute things, and that's just, it's not me. I'm not a detail person. So, how long? Okay, well, we'll be really honest. So, this is my full-time job. My kids are in school full-time, and I've been a stay-at-home mom for 14 years. So, that's what I do. Paul was, honestly, I think it was about 3 weeks ago, and he was like, holy cow.
I'd say sooner.
You
but
think
that's it.
sooner? Okay, let's say 6 weeks. 6 weeks?
Always supportive.
Yes.
100% on board when I saw profits. There you go.
Yes.
What's your YouTube channel?
LuLaRoe Jill Clark. Oh, it's fabulous. You know, there's quite a few people in the military, and their husbands have been able to like leave the military and end up staying home with them.
How many racks do you have? How many did you start with? Started with 4 racks, and now you have 6-ish?
I've got a round rack, I've got 2 doubles, and I've got 2 singles. But with all the product I just ordered, I'm going to buy some more. I like, Amazon are okay. IKEA are not okay. They're junk. Don't get the ones at IKEA. He's writing me notes. I need to talk less. Goodbye, Army.
Thanks
Bed
for your
Bath &
service,
Beyond.
though. That's hard.
It is. Thank
We
you.
appreciate it. Where can you find different styles of racks? She started with 3 to 4, and she has 5 or 6 or 7 now. And she brings as many will fit.
I have a big Suburban.
Yeah, if you have a small location that you're going to, you can't take as many clothes.
See, and I like the AliExpress ones are okay, but I like the Bed Bath & Beyond ones better. So it's kind of, and you know what? It's personal opinion. I am preference, I guess.
Bed Bath
So-
& Beyond. That's where she gets the racks.
Yeah. They have the commercial ones that work really good. But I live in a kind of a small place, so that's kind of what works. Oh, the style of clothes.
Oh.
So I think that you were trying to see all of the different styles, Elizabeth, right? So we need to talk. I think that I got a message right before we got on here about that. And so we can talk about all the different styles they have and the different pieces so you can kind of figure out all of that kind of thing. So
Yeah, that's
Message
probably
me.
message her and she can answer more in detail rather than just kind of throw out random pieces of information. Hangers from Walmart, Target,
Walmart, Costco.
Salvation Army.
I got free ones. Oh yeah, spring and summer is coming in. So all the seasons, the patterns and fabrics change. I got 3 boxes today full of fun summer bright prints. And spring prints. They're awesome. LuLaRoe makes about 2,500 pieces in each fabric. So once you see it, I think that that's the draw with LuLaRoe is that once you see it, you should get it because you might not see it again.
I'll translate what she just said.
Oh,
when
thank
LuLaRoe
you.
makes fabric, they only make enough fabric for 2,500 pieces, about. And then they make all the pieces of clothing with that fabric, and then they discontinue that fabric so that you do not have to worry about that being repeated. It used to be 1,000. They've upped it to 2,500 as the number of consultants grow. As the number of consultants that continue to grow, they're going to keep upping that count. But there's 10,000 consultants, and there's 2,500 different pieces that they make. You're not going to get a lot of duplicates. Building your inventory. Don't take any money out of your business and just order more clothes.
Randy, I think you're right. Tell your husband just give you a time frame and say, just let me rock it. And if he's super supportive of it and just gives you that time, so that you can really do it with whatever your schedule is, then it'll make it happen. Seriously, have him talk to Paul.
And if you've got somebody asked some questions about how do you ship, there again, talk with members on your team, figure out what they're doing and what works for them. Jill uses stamps.com. It's fine.
Awesome.
It's
Yeah.
simple. It's cheap to ship USPS as opposed to UPS or FedEx. What's your recommendation for styles to start with? That's probably a longer answer. Just message Jill and she'll get you helped out there.
We'll send some vibes. You know what? For those of you that haven't joined yet, look and see if there's a training in your area, because that is going to help a ton of husbands that aren't sure. Once they meet the people that are in the company, the home office, they're amazing. So
it doesn't matter whether you use
Facebook or MacBook or PC.
Whatever you like, doesn't matter.
I don't have a ton of pieces listed on my Facebook page, Elizabeth, but I have some things I can send to you.
Yeah. Yep.
So is that it?
So if you're on Jill's team and you have more questions, message Jill directly. If you're not on Jill's team and you have a team, ask your team. You don't need to jump ship. They're fine. If you really aren't connecting with your team and you've tried everything you can, then message Jill.
Yeah.
iPad for periscopes tends to work better. Some people offer free shipping. I don't know. Talk to your team. Figure out what they're doing. If it works for them.
Everybody has different. Yeah.
I don't think you need to give away something for free. If you have to give away something for free to sell your product, then your product isn't that good.
And our product is amazing.
They're decent clothes. They're at a fair price. So why should you have to give away something for free? You should give away something for free to reward the people who take care of you. So if you're trying to grow your sales, then maybe give away something free when somebody orders $100 or something like that. But if somebody orders one thing and it's $25 and you're shipping it for free, I don't think you should do it. Jill grew her inventory by not taking profit out of the business and putting that profit back into the business and just making more orders.
Yep. For sure. I think Randy just asked a question and I missed it.
Love the material.
Oh yeah.
That was the seller.
Yeah, it's amazing. If you haven't tried it, message me.
All right. 3-minute warning because I have things to do. Any other questions? Done deal. Yep.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I think we got everything.
Find a good team. Talk to your team. How long until you start paying yourself? That's 100% up to you. If you want to build inventory, then then build inventory first.
Yeah.
You just have to decide what is your minimum level. If you say I want to have 600 pieces, and then you're gonna do that, take the profit from your party, make the orders to get back to your 600 pieces, and then take that money out of your business. But if you take the money out of your business first, and then you're gonna wonder where your money is for your inventory, you're not gonna have enough money to buy your inventory, and you're gonna be stuck.
And that's what keeps people excited. New inventory every week because that's what they want.
We threatened them with a really big stick. They had to be
They're all
quiet.
asleep. Yeah, I might have had a mean mom moment a couple of times. I went to the neighbors and ate ice cream.
Set a piece goal. So
Yeah.
I want to have 800 pieces in my inventory. That's what I think you should do.
Yeah, that was what I did. I wanted
Or
800.
1,000 or 900 or evidently 1,400 for us this week.
Why not?
Somebody asked a question about the Randy t-shirts, and the sleeves are like normal length. They're fine. This is a
That's-
medium.
that's
I don't know why
Patrick,
she
not
grabbed
the
me.
Randy.
Sorry. Whatever. Patrick. I don't sell skirts or shirts. I make sure
just-
there's enough money.
So this is the Patrick. It's the man.
Yes.
And then yeah, duct tape works for everything.
Cruise was awesome.
It was so fun. Don't we look tan? We're like golden, huh?
Do you
Yep.
get an you get an inventory list with your shipment.
Yep, and different things sell better in different areas. You know, it's cold here in Montana. We do a lot of layering. Not so much in California. I'm sure it's a little bit less, or in Hawaii or Texas and things like that. So just kind of matters your area, and it matters what you wear. If you wear something, it'll sell.
Is the Patrick cotton? I don't know. Read the tag. The Patrick fits really small. I'm 6'1", 180 with a 44 with a 44-inch chest, and this is a medium, and it's way tighter than I would like. So I would say a large or an extra large. I took a 2XL and I did everything you're not supposed to do to it. I washed it in hot water and I threw it in the dryer on hot, and it didn't shrink really that much, and it fits how I like it, which is a little looser. So for me, a 44-inch chest, I would buy an extra large. Go up or down from that.
Cotton, 100%. They did send us on a cruise. We earned a cruise. There's an extra large in the Patrick. Awesome.
Yes. So to qualify for a cruise, if you're selling LuLaRoe, you have to sell a certain number of pieces per month for 4 months in a row. Too long for a guy that's 5'10". No, just order a medium. It's not that bad.
Yeah.
This is a medium, and it's like it hits me, you know, like at the waist right there, and then it's a little longer in the back.
They're awesome.
And it's a nice shirt, but don't get it dirty or your wife will be mad because they're expensive.
Oh, no, there's a cruise next year.
Oh yeah, no, there's a cruise every year.
Yep. Cruise is based on sales, correct.
Yep. Right. Yeah, I guess
Right
so.
now. It
Right
used
now
to
it
be
is.
on. It used to be on orders, but inventory. It used to be on. Oh my gosh, pieces. Now it's on sales.
Yep.
To qualify for the cruise, you have to do 400 pieces a month for 4 months in a row.
That's pretty easy if you work 20, 25 hours a week.
Yeah, I think that this week I've sold. What is it? Wednesday, and I have 3 more parties. I sold 160 or 170 just in 3 days. Oh, that's like his goodbye. Okay, he's leaving. You know, he is starting a new job in 12 days, and we're selling a house that has 7 kids in it and having a yard sale on Friday, and so, yeah. Oh, yeah, Periscope is awesome. 202 hours? I talk too much for that. Okay, but I have to go too because I have a million emails to respond to. My inventory is 1,400 right now. Your Periscope parties totally matter versus your pop-up. His job is in Fremont. So, yeah, he's awesome. He's awesome. I kind of like him. Was I on the call earlier with Shelly? I don't know. You have to sell 400 pieces for 4 months. So, oh, thanks. He's pretty awesome. Yeah, oh, Jana, our team is awesome. So, okay. Oh, yay, visit Niles. Okay, we're excited. We're not going to live in Fremont. We've kind of looked around some other places. I can't talk anymore. I have to leave because I can't talk anymore. We are under the big team of retail therapists. Charlie Chapman used to live there. And Then I'm under like a couple of other people that go down. A distant line. Oh, yeah. So anyway, oh, big change for Montana. Yes, it's gonna be a big change. So okay, I'm gonna go too. I'm gonna go and eat dinner because the ice cream. What am I following you? I don't know why you're following me. We're super fun. We sell clothes. So okay, guys, I'm out of here because my husband's gone. I'm gonna go help him and eat dinner. So I will post this on, if your husbands or significant others didn't get to listen to it or watch it, I'm going to post this on my YouTube channel so that you guys can kind of get an idea and kind of sell them on it. I know a lot of guys have a hard time buying into the idea of making good money on clothes, but it's awesome. So I will talk to you later. Bye.